Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. Last period, we are discussing that utility approach, that is that marginal utility, total utility, law of diminishing marginal utility, and consumer's equilibrium. So for single commodity case and two commodities cases. That was that utility analysis approach, and I was told that utility is that cardinal approach, and second approach is that ordinal approach, or that is that indifference curve approach. So after finishing that cardinal approach, we will switch over to the ordinal utility analysis, ordinal approach, that is in case of the consumer behavior. So what is the behavior of the consumer? Whenever he has some money and he wants to spend that money for the two goods case. One is goods X1 and another is goods X2. Let be that a person income money who has that rupees 10. A person has that money rupees 10. And that person wants to spend on the two goods. That goods, as per my example is concerned, one is that X1 goods, another is that X2 goods. X1 goods and X2 goods. The consumer will spend that amount of 10 rupees on the two goods. One is X1 goods and X2 goods. And the price of X1 goods is at the rate of rupees 2. Per unit price is rupees 2. And X2 goods price is rupee 1. It is clear now? One person who has income 10 rupees, and that 10 rupees will spend on the goods X1 and goods X2. Price of X1 goods is rupees 2 and price of X2 goods is the rupee 1. So he will prefer different combination of the two goods to spend his income. One is units of X1 goods, another is that units of X2 goods. Two goods. First combination, we may say that there is the combination A combination. If you will not purchase that goods X1 0, then how much is the goods of X2? 10 units. Because price of X goods is 2 rupees into 0 units, never. It means that 0 rupees spent. Remaining the 10 rupees will spend 1 rupee into 10 units equal to 10. Now it is clear. Price of X goods is rupees 2. The consumer will not spend on the goods X1. So all the remaining 10 rupees he will spend on the goods Y. So goods X2, that goods X2 price is rupee 1, so that he will spend all these 10 rupees by purchasing the 10 units of goods X2. That is what I did right here. This is the price of one goods X1 goods. This is the units of X1 goods plus this is the price of two goods into This is that units of x2 goods. Equal to how much is the money? 10. The first combination, that is that x goods 0, y goods is 10. This is the bundle of the goods he will purchase from the market. If he will purchase that 1 units from goods x1, it means he will spend the 2 rupees for that goods x1. Remaining amount is how much? 8 rupees. Remaining 8 rupees will be spent on that all the amount in that goods x2. If you will spend that all the money on that goods x2, then this will that 8 units of that goods x2. So in this case, price is 2 into 1 unit, 2 rupees already spent, plus 1 rupee into 8 equal to 10 rupees. Similarly, if you will purchase that 2 units of goods x1, so it means 2 into 2 equal to 4 rupees already spent on that goods x1. So remaining is that 6 rupees will be spent on that unit goods 2. So that 6 rupees means 6 units you will purchase. That is that 1 into 6 equal to 10 rupees. If you will purchase that 3 units of goods x1, it means 2 into 3 rupees, 3 units equal to 6 rupees spent. Remaining is that 10 minus 6 is 4 units. So that 4 units goods you will purchase from that x2, so that total money will be like this: 1 into 4 equal to 10 rupees. If you will purchase from that goods x1 4 units, it means 4, 2 into 4, 8 rupees already spent on that goods x1. Remaining 2 rupees for the 2 units, then it will be plus 1 into 2 equal to 10. And if you will spend on that goods x1 10 rupees for that 5 units, 5 to 10 rupees already spent, there is no amount of money rupees. So that is that 0 units from that goods x2. That is why that equation we may write here: 2 into 5 plus 1 into 0 equal to 10. So A is the combination when you will purchase the goods 0 from x1, 10 units of the goods x2, that is the 0, 10 bundles. B is the combination if you will purchase the 1 goods from x1, 8 units of that goods to 1H2. C is the combination you will purchase from the 2 goods from x1 and 6 units from that x2. D is the combination which is that 3 from goods x1 and 4 from goods x2. And E is the combination 4 units from goods x1 and 2 units from that x2. And F is the combinations 5 from goods x1 and 0 from that x2. These are the combinations or the bundle of the goods when a consumer will spend rupees 10 and the price of goods x1 will be rupees 2 and goods x2 will be rupee 1, then he will spend accordingly. That is the analysis. What did he say? What did? One is that this 0, 10, 1, 8, 2, 6, these are the different kinds of bundles. 0, 1, 0, 10, 1, 8, 2, 6, 3, 4, 4, 2 and 5, 0 is to be called that bundles. And if I will show in the diagram of units goods x1 and goods x2, then the Diagram will be like this. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. It will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like this. So first combination, the bundle is 0, 10. 0, 10. Second is goods x1, 1, and goods x2. This is that goods x2, and this is that goods x1. When we will consume the 2 units of goods, 6 units of goods y, goods x2, 3 units of goods x1, and 4 units of and 4 units 2 and 5 units 0. This is which is to be called that 0. This is the combination 0, 10. This is the combination 1, 8. This is the combination 2, 6. This is the combination 3, 4, and this is the combination 4, 2, and this is the combination 5, 0. So these are that A, B, C, D, E, and F. This AF is to be known as that budget line. Or this line shows P1 into X1 plus P2 into X2 equal to N. It's and every case P1 into X1 plus P2 X2 equal to N. Second case, P1 price is 2 rupees, X1 units is 1, 2 ones are 2. Second case, the second goods X2 price is 1, 8 units, 8 into 1, 8 plus 2 equal to 10. Similarly, C combination case, 2 price, 2 units 4, 1 price 6 equal to 10. Similarly, 2, 3 plus 1 into 4 equal to 10, plus 2 into 4 plus 1 into 2 equal to 10, 2 into 5 plus 1 into 0 equal to 10. This is that P1, this is that X1, this is that P2, this is that X2. Similarly, this is that P1, this is that X1, this is that P2, this is that X2, this is that P1, this is that X1, this is that P2, this is that X2, this is that P1, this is that X1, this is that P2, this is that X2, 2 is the P1, 4 is that X1, P2, X2, like this P1 and X1, P2 into X2, which is equal to N or the 10. That is called that budget line. So first of all, I will say that what is budget line. Please see it. Budget line is a graphical presentations Zero 10, 1 8, 2 6, 3 4, 4 2, and 5 0. When we draw that line A, B, C, D, E, F, when join all these points, we draw the line AF. So AF is to be called that budget line. And that budget line shows it P1x1 plus P2x2 equal to N. If the consumer will not spend all the 10 rupees, if it will be less, then any point may be here. So that time, that will be less than of that 10 rupees. So that time P1 x1 plus P2 x2 will be less than M. So it means first हमारा budget line, that budget line says that budget line P1 x1 plus P2 x2 equal to N. This is called budget line. So what is the budget line? Budget line shows all the combination of the possible combination of two goods, or it is the representation, or it is that graphical representation which shows all the possible combination of two goods that a consumer can buy with the given income and prices of commodities. Listen and try to understand what did I say. Budget possible combination 0, 10, 1, 8, 2, 6, 3, 4, 4, 2, 5, 0. These are the different possible combination of two goods, that is that x1 goods and that x2 goods. So what is budget line? Budget line is the all the possible combination of two goods which shows in that graphical presentations of given income and in two goods that a consumer can buy it. Consumer can buy it. That is called that budget line. Again I repeat, budget line is a graphical representations. Budget line is a first graphical representation budget line is a graphical representations which shows all the possible combination of two goods. That possible combination is 0, 10, 1, 8, 2, 6, 3, 4, 4, 2, 5, 0. These are to be called that possible combinations. Possible combination of two goods. Budget line is a graphical representation which shows all the possible combination of two goods, that is goods x1 and x2, that a consumer can buy. One consumer, he can buy of his given income, can buy of his given income or from his given income, that is 10 rupees. Given income, total income is here, that as per my example is that 10 rupees, and this 10 rupees is spent on these two goods, that goods x1 and goods x2, with that given income and price of the goods and price of the goods. Again I write this definitions, meaning of this budget line. What did I say? Budget line is the graphical representation which shows all the possible combination of two goods, that is x1 and x2 is my example, that a consumer can buy from is given income. In my example is rupees 10 is income, and price of two goods. The price of the two goods means x1 is the rupees 2 and x2 is the rupee 1. That is called the budget line. Again I repeat, budget line is the graphical representation which shows all the possible combination of two goods, that is two goods is that x1 x2 that a consumer can buy from his given income and price of the two goods. The two goods is that x1 is rupees 2 and x2 goods is that rupee 1. This is to be called that budget line, and it is shown in this line. AF is to be called that budget line, and that shows P1 into x1 plus P2 into x2 equal to M. That is that numerical ways P1 into x1 plus P2 into x2 equal to N. Or we may write P1 x1 plus P2 x2 equal to M. This is called that budget line.